We're now going to try to put some of the things from this training into practice. I'm going to switch to wireframe and select Insert Objects Ellipse. Put it in the center of the page and 60 by 60. I'm going to add some guidelines. Make sure Nodes Magnetic is on. In the center, we're going to drag two of them from the crossing of the rulers and let them snap just inside of the selection handles. And the same here. We're going to draw a square like this. We're going to size it exactly half of it. You can do this by pressing Alt F9 or just simply let it snap on its own center. Then we're going to press Alt F9, excuse me, Alt F11, and we're going to set the origin to the center and skew it minus 30 degrees. With the Ctrl key, click it to the middle guideline, select this node, move it, press once on the right mouse button to leave behind a copy and let it snap on its own center. Press twice Ctrl R to repeat the same movement. Select this node, right mouse button, snap it to this one, Ctrl R, and select all of the objects. We select Melt, and then we select Effect, Round Off. 5 is just right. This is of course way too small compared to the circle, so we're going to press Alt F9, Top Origin, Proportional, 150%. We're gonna want to make a even line here, so this one is a little bit short. We select the rectangle in the Object Manager. If this isn't the correct one, excuse me, then this should be the correct one. Select the drag tool and scale it way over the middle guideline. We draw another rectangle. Size doesn't matter, as long as it's bigger than the height of the object. Select this object first, then the rectangle, and say Stamp Last Selected. Zoom out a little, and with the Ctrl key pressed, just flip it over its axis, press once on the right mouse button, and we have an exact duplicate on the other side, only mirrored. Select both objects and say Weld. I'm quite happy with the shape, so we don't need all of these objects anymore, so I'm just gonna convert it to curves, leaving me with only one curve. I'm gonna make a copy of this, edit, duplicate on top, and say FX inline 6 mm, height original, rounded corners, and of course only one step. Apply. Now I'm going to add a guideline here and one over there. I'm going to switch off Nodes Magnetic because I want to make sure the rectangle I'm now going to draw snaps only on the guidelines. Press Alt F11 again for skewing. Again minus 30, but this time the origin to the bottom right. So this node stays on the place it already has. Apply. Mirror it. Select both of them. Weld. Select the inline. then the squares, and say stamp last selected. Now we need the inline and the both squares again, so I'm going to select the inline from the object manager, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. I'm going to select the two welded rectangles, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. I'm going to give the rectangles an inline, but this time 10 mm. Apply. Of course, weld results and hide original has to be on. Select the inline first, and a new inline. And we select mask last selected. This curve has this object enclosed, but I want two separate objects, so I say arrange, break apart. Now we have two objects. This one and this one. This one I'm going to put to the background, arrange, order, put the back. I'm going to make a copy of the circle. Press Alt F9, proportional, leave original, both on, 90%, and press apply. I'm gonna delete this one because I had the origin wrong. Also want to make this loose objects or separate objects, so we're going to select this one, missed it twice, and this one, just to make sure. Melt, convert the curves, arrange, break apart. Now I have 7 objects selected. I'll put the both of the circles to the front, shift, page up. And now we're going to look in color. I see nothing but black. So I'm going to make the outer object gray, these two 30, 20, these I'll make all 10, make this 60 also, and this one white. Just to give us an idea, we're going to play with the colors later on. We're going to add another outline, but this time a more interesting one. Select the outer object, click on it twice to get in rotation mode, press the Ctrl key to constrain to steps of 15 degrees, rotate it 45 degrees, press once on the right mouse button to leave a copy behind. Press Alt F9 to scale, proportional off, 1000%, apply, close, effect, outline, 10 mm is good, apply, Alt F9, scale it back to its original size, and rotate it back 45 degrees. I'm going to look which of the sides suits me best. I think the left one. So I'm going to draw a rectangle all over the object to the center guideline. That's why I'm always working at the center of the page. Easier. Select this object, select the rectangle, stamp last selected, flip it over its axis, select both objects, melt, convert the curves, and with shift page down put it to the back side. I'm going to give this one a dark green blue, and zoom in a little, otherwise I can't select it. This one light green blue, this one light blue, these two bright blue, This one I'm going to make also light green blue. And this one medium color, medium green blue. And this one also light blue. Now I'm going to select all the objects. Select the pen style, 3 mm, line fill behind object, and we're going to make them the same color as the outer outline. I want to add a shadow, so I'm going to select the outer circle and this outer curve. Press Ctrl C, Ctrl V. I want to work on a copy. Melt it. Shift page down. Zoom out. Effects, shadow, perspective, outline result. I'm going to drag an outline. And we're going to fine tune it in the dialog. Just a little bit high. 5 mm. And from this I'm going to use -60. And for color, ice blue. Yeah. We're going to give it a white pen, right mouse button for the pen, left mouse button for color. We're going to change the line width, the same as the rest, 3 mm line fill behind object. And I'm going to add an outline to this one, say 4 mm. And of course hide original off. And dark green blue. And looks alright already. Now we're going to add some text. Hardware, but different font. Anna. And a large size, of course. Effects, mold effect. With the Ctrl key pressed, I'm going to scale it exactly twice the width. The kerning is a little off, so I'm going to select the artistic text in the object manager, open the selected object, and we're going to adjust the kerning like this. Close the object. Scale it to the center of the page. Reactivate Nodes Magnetic, so we can click a guideline over here. Press F5. Shift. And scale it to the side. And make it yellow. This is a little too harsh. Make it a little warmer, like so. Almost orange. I'm gonna place it around here, a little lower. Color is a little too orange. This is better. I want to pull the text a little bit with the rest of the design, so I'm going to drag rectangle. Then select with the shift key pressed the text. Make sure this option, center horizontal and center vertical, is on. Of course not on the center of the page. And make same width and same height. Shift page down. Alt F9 to scale it larger. I think like this. Yep. Now I want to round the corners with the property dialog, but if I select the drag tool, the corners are distorted, because I've distorted the rectangle. Instead of drawing the rectangle all over again and putting it in the same location, I just say Edit, Change to Object, square, so I have a fresh clean square. Call the properties, enter 20 millimeters, press apply, and now the corners are perfect. And I'm going to give it an ice blue. Now I'm going to select the square plus the outer object, effect, outline, 2 millimeters white, apply, add another outline. This one I'm going to make dark green blue again. I'm going to do the same for the text, add an outline, make sure hide original is off, dark green blue, effect, outline, this one I'm going to make white, and I'm going to add another outline, same size, and this time I'm going to make it also ice blue, light blue. I'm going to make another copy of the circle, Alt F9, proportional, leave original, center origin, 90%, apply, close. Now I'm going to import a file, ho_001.tif from the import folder, which is a subfolder of the folder project files on the root of the DVD. I'm going to leave it selected. With Shift I'm going to select the circle, make sure only these two options are on, apply it, deselect it, select only the bitmap, Shift, page down, and then I'm going to select Arrange, Masking, Place and Mask, and the bitmap will be pulled to the foreground again, in the mask of course. Now it's up to you to give it some color and some more depth. And if you want some reference, you can select Open and select ho_001_finished.es, which has a lot more depth than the one in the worksheet we were working on. A shadow, some transparency, some transparent shadows here also, some tile fills, some gradient fills. I'm going to Ctrl+C it to the page we were working on and put them together on the worksheet so you can see the difference. If this was all going a little bit fast, it's understandable. Just watch the video again and try it yourself. It's much more easier than it looks.